Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about my top cruises of the year. This year I went on 9 cruises on 8 ships. So I'm going to rank these from 8 to number 1, worst to best. And in all honesty, most of these were really great experiences. So there's going to be a lot of nitpicky things. But this is going to be based on my experiences, the food, the entertainment, the itinerary, the staff, the people, all those fun things. So let's go talk about my top cruises of the year. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we're a travel agency. I'm a travel agent. We're trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can plan and go on an amazing cruise vacation. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about my cruise experiences for 2024. We're wrapping up the year here at the end of the year, and I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of what I thought about all the different cruises that I went on, and we're going to rank them from 8 to 1. I went on 9 cruises, but did 2 on Symphony of the Seas, so we'll go through each of these. Again, I'm going to rank these based on my experience. As always, when I do any of these videos, my goal here is not to be overly negative or overly positive. It's to be completely transparent. I always think that you should just go on cruises and enjoy them and experience everything that they have to offer. Remember, these are my experiences. I've been on 70 some cruises, and I have different tastes than other people, and I like different things and I don't like different things. So your experience could be completely different. Go have a blast on a cruise. Cruising is amazing. So let's kick things off. On number 8, this was my worst cruise of the year, and in this case, it really wasn't a great experience. That was Carnival Venezia. Let's start off with 1, the ship is beautiful. It is a newer cruise ship. It is one of the Costa ships that was brought over to Carnival here in the US. Carnival absorbed these ships. Costa is part of their brand. They brought over the Venezia and the Firenze. The Firenze is in California, and the Venezia was in New York, and now it is down in Port Canaveral. So we had a couple red flags right out the gate on this. 1, yes, Carnival is a party brand. We get it. Carnival has fun ships. We get it. But I did not expect some of the things that I saw on this cruise, especially after being on Jubilee earlier in the year. So we had some red flags. 1 was it's a short cruise. It was a 4-day cruise out of New York. Lots of red flags there, right? I live in Philadelphia. I'm aware the people in the Northeast are a little bit crazy. So leaving out of New York was a little bit of a red flag. Short cruise, a little bit of a red flag. Get to the terminal, everything looks good. It's in Manhattan. We're lining up to get on the ship and there's drug dogs there. That's a Carnival thing, I get it. We get on the ship. There's tons of weed everywhere. So I don't know what good that did. I don't know if it was all for show. There is a huge security presence on board, which was interesting to me. Again, I was on Jubilee in January, didn't see that there. There were lots of fights, lots of people throwing up, lots of bad behavior. The staff looked like they were just beaten down. The entertainment was just blah. There was a lot of lip syncing and not great shows. Again, none of these were my experience on Jubilee, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but it just turned out to be a weird cruise. The weather was terrible. It was a weird 4 days. We had great food experiences, and some of the entertainment was actually really good. Some of the bands around the ship and the music around the ship, the comedians, different things were really good on the ship. I would love to try that ship again on a longer cruise, maybe out of Port Canaveral or somewhere else, and give it an actual shot to see if I enjoy it, because I feel bad, but we just did not have a great experience on that ship. So that is number 8. Number 7, you're going to see starting here, we had really good experiences. So 99% of our stuff here was awesome for the year. We just had 1 not so great one. Still a great cruise, still had a really good time. Number 7, NCL Breakaway. We went on Breakaway in March out of New Orleans. Here's what I will say, don't love going out of the port of New Orleans. We had a really fun time in New Orleans the day before. We stayed in a hotel right off of Bourbon Street, very loud at night. Pro tip there, I don't know how I didn't know that. It was gonna be super loud at night on Bourbon Street, but we had an awesome time. We had great food. We had a great experience around New Orleans. Getting on the ship, it was pouring raining. The port was a mess. Getting in and out, we had to walk around. We tried to go in one entrance where it said to go in. They made us walk all the way around to the other side of the building in the pouring rain, so that wasn't great. But once we got on the ship, we had a really nice time. Again, Norwegian, I have 0 complaints. The food was excellent. The Entertainment that we saw was good. The entertainment is very sparse on Breakaway. There's not much going on that ship. So you're really fighting to see the entertainment. So they have great shows. They have the Sid Norman's Poorhouse, where they do the Rumor Show, the Fleetwood Mac show, which is spectacular. You just can't get in to see it because it's so backed up. It takes 2 hours to get in line there. But we did get to see that. It's great. They do a few other shows in there. We had a great time on this cruise, with the exception, the itinerary was great. Everything was really good. We did Costa Maya, Cozumel, that one. With the exception out of leaving out of New Orleans and the entertainment being a little sparse. Wonderful cruise, wonderful time. All three of us went on that one. I think I said AJ, myself, and Meg. Same with Venezia. It's a shame. The 2 cruises that all 3 of us went on this year were my least favorites, but it was because of outlying factors. Number 6, MSC Marilia. AJ and I just went on this ship just a few weeks ago. Again, we had a great time on this ship. MSC Marilia is a beautiful ship. This is out of Brooklyn, New York. I don't have many complaints at all about Marilia. Thought the food was really good. The carousel shows are spectacular. The cruise staff was very good. The regular production theater shows, and I want to clarify this a little bit because in my vlogs and everything, I was super critical of the shows. The shows themselves are good shows. I think they're constructed well. 2 of them are on other ships that I saw, Journeys and Encore. They were both good shows. The cast that we saw wasn't particularly great. So again, your mileage may vary. You may go on that ship and think it's great. I talked to other people who said they had a wonderful time. They liked those shows. They didn't like the carousel shows. Everybody has different tastes. But we had a great time on MSC Marilia. It is the very typical out of Brooklyn, going to Port Canaveral, Nassau, and Ocean Key. We didn't make it to Ocean Key, which is why this ranks a little bit lower on my list. The weather was just okay. It was really cold for most of this cruise. Big cold wave. It was like 50 degrees in Florida when we got there. So we basically had 1 day of 70-degree weather on a 7-day cruise. So that's why this one drops a little bit for me. But the Marilia is a great ship. I love MSC, and I had a great time. Next up, number 5 on my list, the Norwegian Joy. Went on this ship in July. This was a redemption story for me. I was on Joy a year ago in 23 in June, and I did not have a great time. The food was not great. It was just a clunky cruise. This one I went on and I had a wonderful time. I went on this cruise by myself out of New York, Manhattan again, and I really had a wonderful time. The food was great. Everything about this ship was beautiful. They had done some refurbs. I liked it. I had a really good time. The entertainment was good. Again, you get great shows, great things going on. The Cavern Club, so much fun on NCL Joy this year. It was a wonderful cruise. Next up, number 4, MSC Seashore. Love the C-class ships. I've been on Seascape now and Seashore. Had a great time on both of these ships. Seashore, to me, and the C-class ships are really great. There's a ton of entertainment going on pretty much all night. So if you don't love the theater shows, and the theater shows were pretty good on Seashore, and the similar shows to Marilia, just a better cast. And then they have a theater in the back of the ship called Le Cabaret Rouge, which from like 7 or 8 o'clock at night until very late, I think it's after midnight, they do kind of variety show all night. So you could just pop in anytime. They have singers, dancers, aerialists, jugglers, whatever's going on in there. And I just love that there's an option for you to just pop in somewhere, grab a drink, watch some entertainment, and have a really nice time. And I loved my experience on Seashore. The food was great. They have conveyor belt sushi. You can't beat that. The cruise staff was great. This was just a wonderful cruise out of Florida, and I had a wonderful time this year. Next up, NCL Encore. Went on Encore in February out of Port Canaveral, I think Port Canaveral or Miami, Florida. I really enjoyed it. Encore quickly rose up my list to like maybe number 1 or number 2 for NCL. I really liked Bliss. Now Bliss is getting some upgrades done. Encore just got some upgrades done. As we speak, just got out of dry dock a few weeks ago and got Spice H2O put on there. That's what it was really missing to me. And I think now if I went on Encore again, it would probably be my favorite ship. They've added Spice H2O. They did get rid of Los Lobos, which I had a great meal at. They expanded Cagney's now, and they expanded Teppanyaki, which is awesome. They got rid of Coco's, which I didn't see anybody in for most of my cruise anyway, which was like a little chocolate shop there. And then they changed Ocean Blue to Palomar. I like both of those restaurants, so I'm pretty agnostic to that. But Choir of Man, for my money, it's the best show I think I've ever seen on a cruise ship. I still think it is. I don't think I've seen anything better. Probably, I have to really think long and hard about that, but it's just my favorite show. It's just a blast. And I love that ship, and I had a wonderful time. That was early in the year, last February, and it was spectacular. Now we're going to go all the way back to January of 2024. It's almost a year ago for number 2, which is Carnival Jubilee. I was on the 3rd sailing of Carnival Jubilee, and I love that ship. I had such a great time. I thought it was amazing. The food was amazing. I thought the app experience was amazing, where you could check into the dining room. You basically just pull up the app, check in, and it tells you when your table's ready. You have 10 minutes to get there. It tells you what table you're sitting at. So you go in, you just show them, and they take you to your table. It's great. I love the Emerald's Bistro. I love the Alchemy Bar. I loved so many things about Carnival Jubilee. The entertainment was great. The Kendall Fire, the cruise director, maybe the best cruise director I've ever seen on a cruise. Just everywhere. Spectacular. Just a bundle of energy. Yeah, I just love that cruise. Stark contrast to my Venezia experience. So just had a really great time on Carnival Jubilee. I'm going on Celebration in January. I'm hoping it lives up to that hype. And then number 1 for the year, I was on the ship twice. It's Symphony of the Seas. I was on once by myself and hung out with the lovely Schifferly family that I met with Sandy and Bob and Emily and Dakota and Amanda, and we had a great time and everything was wonderful. And then I went on again with Judy for the Halloween cruise, and we got to hang out with Tara and her husband a little bit, and a bunch of other people, and we just had an amazing time. And pound for pound, just the best entertainment of any cruise ship you will ever find, with Hero the Aqua Theater Show, Hairspray the Broadway musical, 1977 and Ice Skate 2.0 as your ice shows. They have the Crazy Quest. They have so many great things with Central Park. It was my favorite ship of the year. Next year, we will have a whole new list of ships for the year. Next year, I am going on, let's give it a little drum roll. Right now, my bookings are Celebration in January, MSC Divina and Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas, then Icon of the Seas, MSC World America, Celebrity Beyond, Norwegian Aqua, Brilliant Lady, the new Virgin ship, MSC Grandiosa, and MSC Seascape. So we got a bunch of fun cruises this year coming up. Hopefully they all live up to last year. Last year was a great year of cruising. We really enjoyed bringing you all the content for the year. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have never watched our videos before, thanks so much for coming to check this out. We put out a brand new cruise video every single day. We would love for you to join in our little family here. Come join us for a live stream on Wednesday evenings. We give away coffee and a t-shirt every week, and we do a live cruise news every Sunday morning at 11. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and happy holidays, happy New Year 2025. See you, everybody. Bye.